Good morning, students. We will now start with our next chapter, that is recursion. That is chapter number 11 in your book. We have already completed the chapter data structure in Java. Now we will start with chapter 11. So, what do you mean by recursion? First of all, let me tell you that all of you know about function. Now, what a function is? A function is a block of code which is performing a certain work in Java. Fine. Now, how we are calling a function? We can call a function from a code. We are writing the name of the function and we are just calling the function. Now, suppose I want to call the same function again. Suppose I am in function A and I want to call A again. So, is that possible? Yes, in Java, this type of thing is possible and this is also useful, and the name of this is known as recursion. So, we already learned about calling or invoking other function like this example. See, void A, and within this I am calling a function B. Now, if you write a function definition that calls itself, then it is known as a recursive function. Now, a function that is said to be recursive if the function definition includes a call to itself. Okay. Now, this recursion can be direct or indirect. Now, what is direct recursion? Direct recursion means, suppose you are in main function and you are calling the main function from main only. So this type of thing is known as direct recursion. And what is indirect recursion? Indirect recursion means that is you are calling the same function but indirectly. That is, suppose you are in main, you are calling sum function and the sum function again call the function main. So this type of thing is known as direct recursion. See here, this void recur calls recur function again. So this is an example of direct recursion, whereas A calls B and B in turns call A. So this type of thing is known as indirect recursion. Okay. Now, in mathematics, I think you have seen recursion, that is to find the sum of a number, or you have done something with respect to itself, like suppose t equals to 2x plus 3y plus z, or tn equals to tn minus 1 plus 2tn minus 2. So here you are just representing the equation in terms of itself. Okay, so to find tn, you need to find tn minus 1 and n minus 2 first. To find tn minus 1, you need to find tn minus 2, n minus 3 first. Okay, so in that way the functions are related to each other. Here I am showing you an example. You see this minutely. See, here is a program to illustrate recursion. Now, the program is public class mystery. In this, public void run. Now, the run function in turns called another function compute. with a parameter 4. Now run is now this is printing value of result. Okay. Now public int compute n. If n equals to 1, return 1, else we have to return n into compute n minus 1. And finally we are calling this from the static method. It is mystery m1 equals to new mystery and m1 dot run. So how this is working, I am just telling you step by step. Now whenever m1 is a object of the class mystery, okay, and m1 is calling the function run. In line 18 you can see, now here we start of course in the main method, which first create an object m1 of mystery type, that is in line 17, and then invokes through the run method. This method run immediately invokes compute with a parameter of 4. This will temporarily suspend work of run until the invocation compute 4 completes. Okay. Now I am coming to compute 4. When I am going to compute 4, it is just calling the compute function with an parameter 4. Now here n is 4, but in the function it is written if n equals to 1, return 1. Otherwise what to do? You have to do 4 into compute 3 you have to call. So for compute 3 you again calling the function 2 into compute 2, and again you are calling the function compute with a value 2. So in the else part you will do 1 into compute 1. Now finally when you are doing compute with a parameter 1, that time you can see that the value of n is 1, and you can, this function can simply return 1. It will simply return 1 to which one? To compute 2. Now compute 2 will complete execution after getting value from compute 1, and then it returns the value to compute 3. Now the compute 3 will compute the execution after getting value from compute 2, and it returns the value 6 to compute 4. Now compute 4 will complete its execution until the line 13, means at line 13 until compute 3 completed. Okay, and compute 4 will compute as 4 into 6, that is 24, and it will return the value 24 to the run function. Now the value of result will get is becoming 24, and as the print statement is there, we are printing the result 24 over there. Okay, so this type of thing is known as recursion. So this much for today.